Madam Speaker, when I heard that we're going to remove a member of this House from their committee for anti-Semitism, I raced down here because I thought, finally, in this chamber, there's going to be some accountability from this conference that continues to allow its members to root for rioters, to show sympathy for the insurrection, a conference that harbors a wanted international criminal and has members who choose violence over voting every single day, finally. And so I thought, we're going to hold someone accountable for anti-Semitism. Surely it's the author of this tweet. Kanye, Elon, Trump, October 6th, written by Chairman Jim Jordan. October 8th, what does Kanye say? I'm going to declare DEFCON 3 on the Jews. So surely this tweet came down, right? Came down, was deleted. No, 2 more months it was kept up. 2 more months. So don't come here looking at us for anti-Semitism. Look in your own damn mirror before you ever come over here. And I yield back.
Boom! That's how you do it. That's California Congressman Eric Swalwell. And here's the latest. The Republican Party is getting revenge on the Democrats for removing Marjorie Taylor Greene and Paul Kosar from their committee assignments over the last 2 years by removing Adam Schiff and Eric Swalwell from their former committees. I mean, it makes sense, right? The Republicans are purely political and vindictive. But then it was taken to a whole new level when Representative Ilhan Omar, a Democrat, was removed from her committee assignments by McCarthy because of her, quote, anti-Semitic comments. Here's a little backstory. In February of 2019, Omar tweeted that the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, it's a powerful political lobby group that supports Israel, had been paying lawmakers. And she said it's all about the Benjamins. Now, Democrats and Republicans characterized the tweet as hurtful and even anti-Semitic and said it played into the stereotype about Jews and money. Omar then apologized. Yeah, it was a callous remark, but it's possible to criticize Israel without being anti-Semitic. And when you take the bulk of Omar's comments, they're almost all directed at Israeli policies in the Middle East, not the racist tropes from, as Swalwell points out, the Republican Party. Republicans pretending they're the party that defends Israel is a joke and two-pronged. The first is the GOP, led by Trump, has attacked Muslims and called for their deportation.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what the hell is going on.
But attacking Muslims doesn't mean the GOP is defending Judaism. To the contrary, especially after Charlottesville, where Trump defended Nazis who had come to the Virginia city to protest the removal of Confederate statues and kill a young woman who opposed them.
But you also had people that were very fine people on both sides. You had people in that group, excuse me.
The January 6th attack also featured blatant Nazi symbolism.
There are places where the young woman wearing spectacles and a trench coat would have just blended in. But not among the rioters on Capitol Hill. Riley Williams is accused of breaking into the office of the House Speaker, Nancy Pelosi. She was accused of stealing her laptop. It's never been recovered. But this video was posted 9 weeks before the riot. It shows her making a Heil Hitler salute.
Hail Hitler.
We've also discovered this video, posted a few days later. It shows her putting on a face mask with a far-right emblem. A voice has been added with a racist comment.
We want to kill all the black people in America.
Removing Omar from her committees as an embrace of Israel and Judaism might make sense were it not for the members of Congress Republicans were trying to avenge.
I rise in strong opposition to this resolution. First, as to the false pretext. 2 members of the Republican conference were removed from committees for inciting violence, encouraging violence against their colleagues. There is nothing at all at issue like that here. You want to introduce a resolution to condemn someone for inciting violence against their colleagues or against people here in Congress? Introduce a resolution against Donald J. Trump. No one has incited more violence against this chamber than Donald Trump. Now, let me talk about anti-Semitism. Do not insult our intelligence by suggesting this is about anti-Semitism. You want to introduce a resolution against someone guilty of anti-Semitism? Introduce a resolution against someone dining with anti-Semites, someone dining with white nationalists, members of your conference who are speaking at white nationalist rallies. Introduce a resolution against Donald J. Trump, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Paul Kosar, and others. But do not Do not
The gentleman's time has
insult our
expired.
intelligence by saying this is about anti-Semitism.
The gentleman's time
Vote
has
no on this
expired.
resolution.
Eric Swalwell and Adam Schiff are dead on. The GOP doesn't want to stop anti-Semitism. In fact, they thrive on it. This is Marjorie Taylor Greene, the three-toed swamp monkey from Georgia, who, in addition to her anti-Semitic comments, has backed the Pizzagate conspiracy where Democrats were molesting children and then drinking her blood, and believes that 9/11 was an inside job. She also communicated with insurrectionists before the January 6th attack and has called for violence against Speaker Pelosi.
Marjorie Greene in 2018 and 2019, and this is before she ran for Congress. She was a conservative commentator, posted on Facebook a lot. She repeatedly indicated that she supported executing Democratic members of Congress, including House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. There was a post in which, and this is really graphic stuff, somebody said a bullet to the head would be an easier way to remove Pelosi, and Greene liked that comment. She also repeatedly liked these comments about executing members of the FBI who she claimed were part of the deep state conspiracy against President Trump.
And pushed along with Elon Musk a conspiracy that the attack on Pelosi's husband was staged.
Drop the hammer.
Nope.
Hey. What is going on right
I'm
now?
not getting an answer on call back.
Bro, oh shit.
Marjorie Taylor Greene is not only a racist, but a leading anti-Semite with comments about Jews that, unlike Omar, have nothing to do with Israeli policies in the Middle East. Greene blamed Jewish space lasers for wildfires and later compared wearing a mask to donning a yellow Jewish star. But she's just the tip of the iceberg. George Santos, a man who has never found a lie he didn't like, falsely claimed to be Jewish, then Jewish, and then a descendant of Holocaust survivors, and then said his mother died on 9/11. She didn't. Well, neither of these two have been disavowed by McCarthy himself. Then there's Paul Gosar, a Republican from Arizona. On Holocaust Remembrance Day, he posted a meme that was praised by neo-Nazis and white nationalists. Gosar's meme featured a movement called Dark MAGA, which pushes for Trump and other conservatives to be more violent and hardline with their rhetoric. The Dark MAGA movement is hip-deep in neo-Nazi culture, and many of the memes call for violence against these perceived enemies, like Jews. Here's the tweet. Remember when our government sent planes to Afghanistan and brought over 100,000 Afghans in less than a week? We have in the range of up to 40 million illegal aliens in our country. They can be deported by planes, trains, and buses. We could easily deport 6 million each year. Many of the people who quoted his tweet included the hashtag #DarkMAGA and pointed out that 6 million was also the approximate number of Jews killed during the Holocaust.
Kanye, Elon, Trump, October 6th, written by Chairman Jim Jordan. October 8th, what does Kanye say? I'm going to declare DEFCON 3 on the Jews. So surely this tweet came down, right? Came down, was deleted. No. 2 more months it was kept up. 2 more months.
Eric Swalwell's anger is real, as well it should be. The Republican Party embraces extremist groups, many of whom have expressed dark and evil intent toward American Jews. The Trump regime and his weak acolytes have said nothing. The relationship that Americans and American Jews share with the state of Israel is a complicated one. I don't pretend to understand what it must be like to live in an area of the world where soldiers walk the streets with machine guns. But both Israel and Arabs and Persians understand it a hell of a lot more than these bigoted Americans, exposing their hate and anti-Semitic venom. I would venture that Ilhan Omar understands it and respects the differences more than Marjorie Taylor Greene ever will. And Omar apologized. Her political maturation seems to include an understanding that stereotypical anti-Semitic tropes help no one. She seems willing to listen, a trait that neither Trump, McCarthy, or any Republican leader seems ready to embrace. While Omar has been a vocal opponent of Israeli policies, she herself has been the target of highly offensive, bigoted attacks from Republicans. Eric Swalwell's comments encapsulated the anger most Americans feel when the Greens and the Gosars and the Trumps open their mouths. This is our country. There are 7 million Jews in a nation of 340 million. So when racists say, Jews will not replace us, they may be right. Jews alone won't. But the rest of us, freedom-loving Americans who value diverse points of view, well, we're with them. And we will replace you, mother.
Goddamn right.
I call them communists.
Can you shut the fuck up?
Yeah!
Sexy time.
And remember to subscribe and follow us on YouTube at Really American.